Hello, I'm Lee, welcome to the video. I wanted to do this video because I entered this competition in 2020 and I was pleased with the music that I composed for it. It was for Westworld and the competition was set up by SpitfireAudio, and I just bought one of their sample libraries and wanted to use it in this. So that's what I did essentially, but because I was late to start the competition and I didn't know the capabilities of the sample library fully because I'd only just bought it, I did tend to rush it, so I spent all my time working on the music to the point I was happy with it, and then I mixed it and I was happy with the mix, but then I had to combine it with the video that they sent and I had hassle and problems with that. It just wouldn't sync, and in the end I sent it off and I wasn't happy with the overall levels. Now really, if you're doing the soundtrack for a film, you don't really need to worry about that so much because they would need the stems and they would do the mixing, so that wouldn't be something that I would do normally. But I was quite disappointed that I didn't get the levels right, so I revisited it and I've done an export of this now with the levels louder. Probably still not how they would be mixed in a film, but as I say, that's not something you would do as the composer. So the link to the video on its own, without all this gubbins around it, is in the description. But what this video is going to be is a little sort of talk through what I was thinking and why I did what I did. And it'll give anyone that's thinking of hiring me to do their music an idea of how I work, and hopefully it'll be interesting to some people. So here it is. I'll just play the start of it. I've got the video in the DAW. Let's get rid of some of this. I think the first thing I did, I watched the video and it came with sound on it. So basically, let me mute everything apart from the video and the sound. So this is what I got to start with.
Verified. Enable semi-automatic control, disable safety features.
So you can see that there's sound effects already on it and there's dialogue. So what you don't want to do is get in the way of that at all, really. You want to sort of complement it without overpowering it, and as it's a competition you still want to stand out with your music as the composer. By the way, I didn't win. I was a runner-up. Let's say, yeah, there was probably thousands of runner-ups, but I was one of them. I'm not going to comment on the winning piece. You can find that yourself and make your own judgment if you wish. But yeah, back to this anyway. So, I was aware that I needed to honour the fact that there are sounds already in it and not get in the way too much. So what I first did, I watched it through a few times and then I put these hit points in. So I'd sort of mark a point where I thought, well, the music will have to change a little bit. So for instance, here I've got the chase proper start, as I called it. These are just names for my own reference. The chase start was there, so that's them starting off, and then I'll just jump forward and then the proper chase starts when all the cars start chasing them behind, and then something weird happens here. And I call it a genre change because that was the explanation. He's switching genres. That's it, he's switching genres. And so that went on for a little while. I had to think, well, how can you make that with music? So that's the challenge of all this. So then she says distance, and I thought that was a cute key point to maybe increase the intensity. There's the corner here. Aerial shot, back to the ground, not standard issue, this is the weapon. I'll just jump through all of it, and then she takes the roof out, it impacts on the car. I don't even know what that says. I think it says transition. I can't see it, probably doesn't. I don't pay attention to the grammar or the spelling on these things. And then there's the rocket here. And then I had to... well, there was a bang in there actually. I had to put some sound effects in. And then it goes to the end then. Was there a sound in there? Yeah, there was an effect in there, but it wasn't quite loud enough, so I put another one in. I'll just add mine in. So I put these effects in here to make that more of an impact at the end. There you go. So, I mean, I know it's the soundtrack, but it does include a bit of sound design where you have to put some sound effects and some foley into it. And then obviously there's the logo at the end. So I wanted to do something with the logo at the end as well. So let's go back to the beginning. And I'll just unmute everything. I might mute the video sound a little bit in this. So we've got this sort of mysterious sounding cello to start.
Verified. Enable semi-automatic control. Disable safety features. Maximum speed. Go.
And so that's the theme started off. I decided to use orchestral sounds rather than synthesized sounds. I mean, there was no direction with it, so it was just a case of choose to do it however you feel like doing it. But really a director would give you some guidance on what they were looking for. But yeah, it was just, as you heard it, a blank canvas really. And like I say, I decided to go with orchestral. So let's carry on. Just muted the video sound. So this is the genre sound. It goes a bit strange, very atmospheric, but it keeps some of those orchestral instruments in there as well, because we need to come back into that. So distance. So there's some drum strikes to make it a bit dramatic. And so yeah, through here there's lots of car noises, and you don't really want to cover them up with the music too much, I don't think anyway. So you know, the music that's both together, and I mute the video sound so the music's full but it's not overpowering. I'll bring this video sound back in. So this little bit here, I'll just mute the video sound. It just reminded me of something classical, the woodwind. Sorry, hang on, I've gone back too far. Yeah, so here we are. That's the bit I was looking for. So when she goes, it's not a standard issue. I think that's what she says. Let's have a listen. Oh, sorry. Before that, he says it, doesn't he? Oh, somebody says it somewhere. I'm sure they do. That's it.
No.
So through that bit there, I just found it seemed a bit like classical music almost. The woodwind. So yeah, the woodwind to me just seemed a bit classical, like almost like a Beethoven chord somehow. And I quite like those, so obviously I went with those. And then when we get to the bit where she belts the roof with a gun, some more brass comes in, it gets more percussive. And the impact, I actually added something to that to make an impact. That's what I added. Yeah, sound effect, sound design, because I don't think in this video, let's have a listen to the video soundtrack on its own. Yeah, it just sounds plasticky and clattery, so I added that effect in there. Just adds a bit more to it. I mean, I could probably have mixed these a bit louder, but again, you know, this is not the kind of thing you would do. You would provide the sound effects layer separate to the music layer, and the editor would mix it all with the film. So I don't claim to be a film audio mixer. So back to this.
Point and shoot.
So I'm just trying to build the tension with the percussion. Let's put the video sound off again.
Police ahead. Maintain speed. Maintaining speed. Sharp left. Now.
So this almost to a stop, and then I bring the percussion back in. I took the sound out here. Now this is an interesting bit, because there was nothing on the sound here for the video. Let's go back to that rocket. The sound on the video is just...
I missed.
Hold on.
It's okay, but it needed something, so this is what I added to it. Some strange musical sounds. I'll mute the video. Oh, I've gone too far. Back again. Here we go. It's like a strange trumpet sound and a sound effect. Again, it's more along the lines of sound design than composing, but it all adds up. Yeah, see, I added some sounds into that as well. The video sound on its own, I think the explosion was that. I added in a bit more, just to make it a little bit bigger. So, underneath all that noise, I've got the rhythm going, just percussion basically, to keep the tension going really. And then this is interesting because it's a bike with no rider, so some kind of remote control bike of the future. And this is all my sound, there's no video sound on here at all. I just thought it'll have to be a bit mysterious sounding. And it had to drop a little bit to build back up, so I'm trying to build the tension up now with that sound, adding some discords, and then it sort of almost stops here. It's like almost a pause. And that's to make it a little bit more tense. And you can hear the sound effects I've added in there as well. So if I just go back to that section, I'll put the video sound in. Language.
All right, I need you. Drop in, intersect, maximum speed.
So here it is. So it's got its own sound as well, but I added sound to it.
Accelerate.
Acceleration at 90%.
More.
94%.
More.
98%.
And the music sort of complements the dialogue a bit, I think, where it's a more.
Why the f are we stopping?
Are we stopping? I think you can still tell what he said. And that's that. So that's how it ends, and of course that's the logo for Westworld. This is not their music, clearly it's not their soundtrack, but I just thought I'd put a little stinger on the end to go with the logo, so that goes like this. So that's it. So I hope that was interesting to somebody, and if you do need a soundtrack for a film or a video or a custom piece of music writing, please get in touch. I'm available to do such work, and if you want to use some of my stock music, I'll put a link to my site below, and I've also got some free loops on there that you can have to use in your videos. And if you want to watch this in its entirety now without me jabbering on over it, I'll play it from the beginning, or you can go to the link I mentioned, which is also in the description. It takes you to a video of just this. Let's see, I might be able to make this a full screen on here. Original size, a full screen. Yeah, it's not going full screen, is it? I'll play it through anyway, and like I say, if you... Oh, there it is, right. So I'll play it through, and that's it from me. Thank you for watching.
Verified.
Enable semi-automatic control. Disable safety features. Maximum speed. Go. What's happening to him?
I think he's switching genres.
We need distance. Head south.
Is that an issue?
No. It's not. Point and shoot. Police ahead. behind you. Drop in, intersect, maximum speed. Arm charges now. Accelerate.
Acceleration at 90%.
More.
94%.
More.
98%.
Stop.
Why the f are we stopping?
Get down.